Hey, 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 hope you're having an amazing day. Cutie's Creations here with another message on restitution with the focus on health and mental health. So we are talking about healthcare in America, the history of mental health, how it has affected us in the past as colonials, not us. I do give you insight on us, but the history of the colonials in our country, and then some history on us and how it shows up in our bodies. We are demanding $2.9 million for the deaths in the blood, sweat, and tears, and the contribution that we have given to this country, which is the United States. We are demanding financial literacy so we can know what to do with that money once we get it. We are demanding health care with the focus on mental health because we have been trapped in our minds for generation upon generation. And it's time for us to break those cycles so we can truly have our freedoms and love our freedoms. We are commanding and demanding free education because we want to be able to have the knowledge to be able to keep moving forward to a better and more prosperous union. And we are demanding judicial reform so we don't end up in jail or have our rights taken away from us for no reason at all. We want fairness. We want freedom. We want liberty. And how we get there is through the restitution. So we have been going down the pike of talking about these things, and it's been a very healthy journey for us. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the digital age and modern age approaches was the 2000s and 2010s. The internet and telehealth expanded access to mental health resources, awareness campaigns addressing conditions like depression and anxiety, while neuroscience advanced understanding of brain-based disorders. However, disparities in care access persisted, particularly for marginalized communities. So, we have gone down this road of talking about how we are being affected by these things. And yes, they are making these advances, but without us. Like, yes, there has been an advance in medicine. Yes, there has been an advance in mental health. And yes, it exploded once we were able to take it online and it's telehealth and everything. But that was outside of us. And on top of that, the stigmas grew about mental health. And once those stigmas grew into our communities, we weren't. And listen, the stigmas are real. Listen up. It's not just a fear. Some of them are just a fear, but a lot of them are true. They did experiments on us for years in the ways of mental health and physical health. We don't trust the medicine that's coming out. We have to be involved more in the medicine and how it's being made for us to be able to trust it, because we have been the crash dummies for so long. And when we tried to step outside of that, it's been horrific. Because the people who were doing the work and actually getting to the bottom of really what was bothering us were getting killed or deported or whatever. So we are very cognizant of where our place is. We can't let fear override where we want to go, but we have to take these steps that are necessary for us to be able to keep living in a moving direction, because we couldn't trust them before. So even when we get access to medicine, remember I was telling you, it's not going to be this whole, oh, now let's just go out and get all this stuff. No. There are so many people who are trapped in their minds who wouldn't even use the free care. There are so many people who have things that are going on in their lives that they wouldn't use any of the stuff that's valuable to them. So we have to be cognizant of how we push this out, how we put our arms around our brothers and sisters so they can heal in the best way possible. Because healing isn't just, now you can start. Because I'm on my journey, yes, I'm going to be accepting of it. I'm going to use every facet of it, actually. But that doesn't go for the next person. What if they don't even know about it, like how Juneteenth was? Or what if they do know about it and they're so trapped in their mind, they don't think it's for them? Or just, there's plenty of pathways that will block someone from their healing. And everybody's not on the same journey or wavelength together. So we have to be very cognizant on how that works. And how we move in the best direction and not leave anybody behind. But it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to be, well, here we are years later, and we're just now, within this last 5 years, getting an official date for Juneteenth, official holiday. It's been years. So you get what I'm saying? It's healing isn't going to be, oh, now we got it, hooray, everybody's healed. I would love that for us. I would truly love that for us, but the amount of time usually takes the amount of time that it took to get us here. And that's a long road because there's centuries of trauma that we are going to have to get rid of. So I digress. Let's go on to the medical. Hormonal imbalance. Mental health struggles can disrupt hormonal regulations, affecting everything from metabolism to reproductive health. For example, chronic stress may alter the thyroid function or menstrual cycles, while depression has been linked to changes in serotonin and dopamine levels, which influence both mood and physical energy levels. Okay, so remember I was telling you about how, certain things that grew up in my life that affected my thyroid. Well, it also affected my ability to reproduce. And these are all very, 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 very private things in my life. But if you don't share these with other people, they don't know that there's other people out there that are suffering just like you. You don't know who you're helping. So I'd rather not say silence anymore and help someone else who may need the help than to stay silent and just help myself. I don't want to live in a world where I'm just helping myself. This is all about the elevation of all 300 million people that encompass the land of the United States. Yes, it's going to begin with African Americans, but what happens when you start healing? Others around you start to see that example and start to heal too. And we have seen that growth in every single area. When we get to judicial reform, I'm going to break down how our fight and our laws that we created thousands of laws around it, because that's how law works. And that's why I love our system so much, because once you change one thing, it's a domino effect from there. So let's start with something. It doesn't have to be huge, but the next thing will get changed, and the next thing will get changed, and the next thing will get changed, and the next thing you know, you're waking up and your kids are in a brand new world. I remember when I first got into politics, I was the only black woman in Pennsylvania that was on our team. And as years went past, it's an explosion of all these nationalities all over the place in the workspace of politics. It was 2 people there. And if you were lucky, you might get 3. It was white men and my little self, a black woman. And if you got 3, you would either get white women or a black man, if you were lucky. And now, because of how hard I fought, how many years I spent there, these little gradual changes allow for all these people to be there. So when I go out and hire people, I'm hiring all the minorities. Not that I don't hire women. I don't hire them. Yes, I do. But I'm just saying that it's totally different. I didn't have the power to hire people. I didn't have the trust of of our colonials that will colonizers that will allow me to go and hire other people and everything. But as time wore on and they seen where my heart lied, how hard I worked, how dedicated I was to the work and to the people and to the communities and everything, and they gave me the power to do that. They trusted me with that, and I am so grateful because it allowed me to change the landscape for so many individuals. And now we have what we look at now as an explosion in politics, which is the culture now, and I love that for us. I love that there's so many different people that are in representation of us, and so many cultures and backgrounds, and it's a beautiful melting pot of what America truly looks like, and not what they would want you to think it looks like. So, like I said, thank you. Well, tell me what you thought of this subject. And leave a comment down below. So like, share, subscribe, and comment down below and let me know what you thought. I would love to hear back from you. I always answer all my comments. Only because we're a little channel right now. So I do answer all of them because everybody's so important. But I'm pretty sure once we get so big, it's not going to be the same way. But either way, much love. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down below and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for your time and energy. Have an amazing day.